Home prices have gone up substantially, the cost of living higher than ever. How can any millennial or Gen Zer be expected to launch their real estate journey in a city like Denver? We are going to break this video into 3 sections. First, we'll talk about what a good starter home is and how much they cost. Then we'll look at how the heck you're going to pay for that home and how much you need to earn a year to secure the loan. Finally, and this is where it gets fun, we will look at just how much equity you could build up in 5 short years to roll into your next home. So, what does a starter home look like in the Denver area? Well, let's first address the elephant in the room. A 2024 starter home is not your parents' starter home. In fact, just 12 years ago, the median sale price in the Denver metro area was about $230,000. Today, the median home price is more than $550,000. A decent single-family home with 3 to 4 bedrooms and 2 to 3 bathrooms used to be obtainable for many Americans, but today we are forced to shift our thinking about what a starter home is. In my opinion, today's starter home is one that has strong potential for appreciation, so you can take full advantage of your equity when you sell. A starter home is also priced low enough to keep your monthly payments manageable. Easier said than done, and we will talk about that. And a starter home should be in good condition, avoiding costly, unexpected repairs in the near term. Finally, a starter home is one that you accept does not have everything you want. It's simply a way to get started on the path to the home that checks more of your boxes. Let's take a look at a few examples of such a home. Many first-time home buyers that I work with often target homes between $400,000 and $600,000 in the Denver area. Of course, there are homes for less, and it's great if you can afford more, but at this price range, you can get into something you'll really love for a few years. Of course, location matters, and frankly, the right home in your ideal location could be hard to find, so keep an open mind to other areas and at least explore your options before ruling anything out. There are a wide variety of home types you can afford depending on the location too. If you are set on a single family, you'll be a bit further away from the hottest, busiest Denver neighborhoods in that $400,000 to $600,000 price range, but there are some solid options for smaller homes. If you really want to be in the heart of the action in an extremely popular neighborhood, you're probably going to be looking at townhomes, small townhomes or condos. If you're okay being out in the burbs or further from the downtown area, there are some cities and neighborhoods where you can get brand new homes in that price range, from single family to efficient and open townhomes. It really depends on your needs. Here's a home in Southwest Denver I sold recently, a remodeled 3-bed, 2-bath for about $450,000. Could easily fit a king bed. And how about this Lakewood townhome I sold last summer? It's older, but it's a 2-bed, 2.5-bath with updates and a private back patio for $400,000. And then there's this 1-year-old townhome in Aurora I sold about a year ago. Aurora was recently ranked a top city for Gen Z to buy a home in the country. We will use this particular home as our example for payments, but don't get too fixated on any one particular home or city in this video because, as I just explained, there are options all over. All 3 of these homes will have very similar payment scenarios. So this townhome is located near Tower Road and Mississippi in Aurora. There's a very similar townhome for sale as I record this, listed at $440,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, about 1,500 square feet, and just a year old. It's an open concept with modern layout, builder grade, but very clean finishes, a little back patio, and an attached 2-car garage. This home is well priced for our market, has a low $150 a month HOA. You are surrounded by established neighborhoods with nearby restaurants and gyms and grocery stores, easy access to Highway E470. My favorite part about a home like this, though, is it is a very low maintenance option. An HOA will take care of exterior maintenance, there's no yard work to do, and because it's newer, none of your major systems should be breaking down in the time that you're living there. Again, this is just one example, but one that I feel would appeal to a wider audience. So let's get down to it. How are you going to pay for this home, and how much should your household be bringing in every year to pay for it? I am going to share 2 very common financing scenarios for a home like this. Of course, there are many points that can be negotiated in a contract that could change your payment scenario, and everyone's personal finances are different, but again, I find this to be pretty typical for first-time home buyers. So let's take a look. So the first scenario is you, the home buyer, putting down just 3%. If you didn't already know, you only need to put down 3% of the purchase price on a first-time home buyer's mortgage, not 20%. Many of my clients do just that, and in this case, your down payment amount is approximately $13,000 for a townhome like the one we just looked at, and your closing costs and fees will run about $7,000 for a total of $20K out of pocket. I am also going to run a 20% down scenario for those who have it. Many don't, but just in case you've been saving for this day, you will put down $88,000, pay $7,000 in closing costs and fees, and you'll be all in for about $95K. Now, in both scenarios, I'm going to assume a mortgage interest rate of 5.5%. As I'm recording this, rates are higher than that, but it is very common right now to ask the home seller to give you a credit at closing to pay for what's known as a rate buy down. On a home like this one that has been on the market for about 60 days, the seller is often willing to give you that credit or reduce the price, sometimes both. In this case, we'll just take the 10K credit or so and get your rate lowered to 5.5%. I will spare you the math, but your payment on a 3% down mortgage with HOA fees, homeowner's insurance, PMI or private mortgage insurance, taxes, interest, and fees will be approximately $3,200 a month. Putting 20% down will certainly lower your payment. You also won't be paying private mortgage insurance. Your payment at 20% down will be about $2,600 a month. So how much do you need to make every year to be granted this loan? Lenders typically target a 36% debt to income ratio, meaning they will only give you the loan if your total debt payments, such as your minimum credit card payments, your car payments, your student loan payments, and your housing payments are no more than 36% of your monthly income. So if you have, for example, a $500 car payment, a minimum credit card payment of $200, and a mortgage payment of $3,200, your monthly debt payment is $3,900. That's 36% of about $10,800. You would need to make approximately $130,000 a year if you put 3% down on that townhome. If you want to put down 20%, it comes out to about $110,000 a year. Now, before you eviscerate me in the comments, I want to pause and acknowledge that this is a tough pill to swallow for many Coloradans. Making six figures as a household, so your income alone or the joint income of you and a partner, is a high bar considering the median income in Denver is around $80K. I wish I had control over the market and the prices, but I don't. You don't. I know I sound like a broken record, but these numbers that we're talking about here will vary depending on your credit score, the rate you ultimately secure, how much debt you have, and many more factors. Not to mention there are homes for less than what we're talking about today, so be sure to message me directly if you want to get specific. I'd be happy to walk you through it and potentially connect you with some great local lenders to run some numbers for your scenario. Finally, the best part of a starter home is the equity you will pull from it within about 5 years. Over the last 15 years, home prices in the Denver metro area have appreciated 7% a year on average. If the home in the example above continues on that trend, your home will be valued at approximately $617,000 in 5 years, up from the $440,000 you purchased it at. If you initially put down 3% on this home, sold it in 5 years, paid all of your closing costs and fees, you will have $180,000 to roll into your next home. If you put 20% down, you'll have about $250,000. For some perspective, if you were to, instead of buying this home, rent that home for 5 years, I estimate you'd pay about $2,500 a month or $150,000 over the course of 5 years to a landlord. All of that to say, buying a starter home is not easy, but it is the path to buying a bigger, better home and a fantastic path to building equity and wealth. And again, contact me even if you're not ready to buy a home right now. There are things you can do to prepare, and I love helping people through that process. I hope this helps give you some perspective, some basic information about how to get into the real estate game in the Denver area. I'm Ryan Haarer. I'm a local realtor in Denver, and I would love to help you along this journey. So if you have any questions about what I've talked about in this video or want more information about buying or selling a home in Denver, please do not hesitate to text the number on your screen right now or email me to set up a call. I'd love to hear from you.